Hey beautiful souls, David Essery here. I'm really excited today to share what I'm hoping is going to be the first in probably quite a long series of videos for free here on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching. Where I want to do a series on master instruction. Now, as I'm sure you've noticed, I love channeling messages. It's a big part of what I do here, and I always get really positive feedback when I do them. And I really felt guided recently to start doing a series of messages channeled directly from the masters, whether that's the ascended masters, the archangels, Melchizedek, whoever wants to step through. With instruction on specific areas, trying to understand better who we are, what is energy, what is light, how all of this stuff works. Because I think for so many of us, we actually take a lot of this for granted. There's lots of words that we use in our vocabulary, and we don't really stop and think about the meaning behind them. And just in general, I think, understanding how we work, how the universe works, all of these different things is such a, a positive step. Plus, hearing this stuff direct from them is amazing. Now, some of you I know have noticed my books on my shelf behind me here, and I've got a series of stuff from the Saint Germain Press. I've got some of the Alice Bailey books, and I absolutely love this stuff, and I've learned a lot from it. But I thought it would be interesting to do something and bring it into a modern format here, and online and videos and stuff like that. So I'm very pleased to have the first of these messages to share with you today. And as happening as a lot recently, the incredible Melchizedek has stepped through for me, which is just such a joy and an honor as always. And this video is about the universe, light and energy. So I'm going to share with you today his message, his instruction on the meaning of these things. And this is what he had to say. In the beginning, there was nothing. This is a truth that is hard to quantify, for nothing is in fact something. And of course, even before this, there was the great Godhead. But for the purposes of this instruction, we shall begin with your universe. In the beginning, there was nothing. But that nothingness had form. Let us call it an anti-something. It had no purpose, no reason, no intelligence, and it was void of the great God spark that brings life to all. This is an important distinction. This anti-something did, however, move in the infinitesimally small increments, but move nonetheless. With each microscopic movement, friction began to form. Over millennia, energy built within this, and there was a single, once again, infinitesimally small spark. With it came a tiny burst of light. This caused the anti-something to recoil, as it was in fact the polar opposite to light. This recoil caused further and more rapid movement, which in fact created another spark. These sparks of light were most definitely not nothings. They were alive. They contained with them that clarity that flows directly from the great Godhead itself. This is how life began. This is not the why, but the how of the creation of life in this universe. This process of friction creating sparks continued for some time until eventually the forces had grown so much stronger than those that had begun as tiny flashes, eventually leading to an explosion of epic proportions. From this, nothingness was transmuted, creating an infinite amount of somethings, and eventually forming the building blocks that make up your universe as you know it. It, however, all began with light. Of course, this process could be seen as purely chemical reactions, but we know that is never the case. Light is the foundation of everything. As you see from this story, without light, there was nothing. Each single photon carries with it that great spark of the Godhead, often alongside the necessary programs for that interaction. But light is just energy. And so we ask, what is energy? Energy is the anti-something made something. It starts life as nothing, a single empty vessel waiting for instruction. That instruction is what gives it life. For instance, it may be programmed with love, peace, joy, or even a denser form. It may be programmed with multiple forms, such as that great flame of violet, which each individual instance of has been filled with a concoction of potent frequencies to achieve powerful results. So what is frequency, I hear you now ask? Frequency is a measuring system, just like your feet or meters. It allows us to measure the vibrational state of energy. You can think of dimensions in the same way. These are simply bandwidths to categorize different frequencies. Once a frequency rises to a certain level, it is considered in the next dimension. Light is simply a delivery mechanism for energy, one that allows it to travel great distances at even greater speeds. Here is where we shall end our instruction for today. Next, we shall discuss what this means for you. Yours in humblest service, Melchizedek. I'm kind of blown away by this, if I'm honest. Melchizedek never disappoints, but the detail and how succinct this is I think, so valuable, so important. Things like dimensions and frequencies, these are words that we, as I said at the beginning, we take for granted. We don't really think about their meaning. We just know that 3D's down there and 5D's up there. To understand a definition of energy, I've tried to think about this myself, and it's not an easy thing to categorize. But he so beautifully led this story with talking about the nothingness, the anti-something, as he calls it, which, he's got such a way with words. Energy is the anti-something made something. It's so poetic. I love it. I'm not going to break it down much more, really, to be honest, because I think he said it so succinctly himself, and I just want to leave his words resonating with you. But thank you, Melchizedek, for that. There's an awful lot of wisdom in there, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did channeling it, and I really hope it helps you on your journey. As I say, I'm planning on doing these videos regularly. I'll tune in again next week and see what the next level of the information journey brings us. I can't wait. I'll see you again very soon. Oh, and if you did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe, follow. As I say, we're sharing these. I also share lots of meditation, lots of other channeled messages. We'd love to have you as a part of our small community. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Send lots of love. Bye-bye.